Yo, what's up guys, it's me Jake here, and now I know I'm a little bit late on this, and a lot of people probably already made theirs already, but this is going to be my January manga haul, and I'm going to say this right now. I'm sorry I didn't upload this Monday when I was trying to do this, but school just started for me this week, so I got a little bit busy with that, so hopefully I make more content for you guys quicker, because I know I did wait a little bit for this video. I'm really sorry about that, but let's get straight into this video with the first publisher that I picked volumes up from. Now, of course, I'm not going in chronological order, but we're going to go with Viz, and the first thing I did get for Viz is going to be Twin Star Exorcist Volume 24. If you don't know, I'm a huge fan of Twin Star. I've been wanting to get this volume. I've been waiting for more volumes to come out because I've been stockpiling volumes so I can just binge it. Because if you don't know, I stopped reading Twin Star around Volume 20 because I already know I love it. It's one of my favorite mangas out there. And I can just tell this next arc, which is the final arc, is just going to be such a phenomenal arc that I just don't want to just wait 4 or 5 months per volume. I'd rather just wait for all of it to be out and then just binge the whole series again and just go through this super fun adventure with all these really cool characters. And this volume I cannot wait to get into, because if you can't tell, this cover is sick. And if you don't know, volume 24 and 25 have connecting covers. This side with the Basras, and this side, which is going to be the next volume, is going to be the Exorcist, and that's going to look so clean once we get it. Been really excited to get that. Cannot wait for more. And on to the next series I picked up in the month of January. Now, if you don't know, I'm actually a major Kenta Shinohara fan. If you don't know what Kenta Shinohara has made, well, he's made series like Sket Dance, and also the newest one is Witch Watch. And I really love both those works, and I decided to finally pick up the one work I am missing from him, and that's going to be Astro Lost in Space. I got all 5 volumes of this series. I'm really excited to get into this, as I do love his work, but I do know that this is by far his, most different work, I should say, as this isn't one of his more comedy-centric series. It's more of an actual story-centric series, which is something I've been really interested into reading, and I hear only great things about Astra, so I cannot wait to get into it. It's something I've been really excited to pick up. It's been at my local bookstore for a really long time. I just haven't picked it up. I actually still have the stickers on it, so I have to take those off because I kind of forgot they actually did that, but they've been here for a while now, and I've just been wanting to pick them up, and I haven't. But today, I finally decided to pick them up, because if you don't know, my school is literally right next to my Barnes & Noble, so I decided to pick them up finally. Even though this I didn't buy at Barnes & Noble's, I bought it at the other store right next to Barnes & Noble's, but you guys get what I mean. My school is right next to it, so it's very dangerous for my wallet at this point. So, really cannot wait to read this, and I cannot wait for more pickups in the future from that store, because I'm going to be there quite often now, I think. The next series is something I'm actually reading up to date weekly, but I decided I finally want to catch up with the volumes because the cover of volume 28 is just so crazy, and that's Black Clover. I have volume 27 and 28. I love these covers so much, mostly this one. It's probably one of my favorite Black Clover covers ever, but I still need volumes 24, 25, and 26 to catch up to date in terms of volume releases. I am reading it weekly, and Black Clover has not dropped. The Spade Kingdom arc is so phenomenal. I'm going to say, this volume, for you English physical readers, is where the Spade Kingdom arc really picks up and really starts hitting the just everything's just getting thrown at the fan at this point. This one is definitely a good start, but this, you guys are not ready for this. This is, I think, right around where the anime left off, and this is where you're going to probably want to continue it after that. Yeah, this is literally exactly where the anime left off. I would consider getting this so you can just see the very few final pages, so you're not just left in the dust and don't get what's going to go on in this volume. But this is definitely where you should pick it up, and god damn, this volume cover is so nice. I really like the green, and I really love Yuki Tabata's covers more recently. They've all been fire, so I cannot wait for the next few covers for Black Clover, and you should definitely check it out because it's just been so good. And all the people who hate it just really haven't read Black Clover, and I know they just haven't, so yeah. Next up is a series I hear only great things about, and I've been waiting for the physical release to actually start it, and that's Record of Ragnarok. Now, I don't know how many volumes of this are out currently in Japanese. I think it's around 8 or 9. I could be completely, totally off on that, but I just skim through this and see amazing art, and I cannot wait to actually get into this since I hear only good things. Not about the anime, though. I hear the anime is actually terrible, but I hear only good things about this manga, so really excited. I'm not really into the manga that are just like super muscly men, like kind of like Baki. I'm not really into those kinds of manga, so hopefully it's not just straight up that. But hopefully I do like this. I'll be waiting for like 2 or 3 volumes of this to come out before I actually read it and delve into it. So I still have a little bit to go, but I'm going to definitely read this once those come out and see what I think about the series, and probably even make a video on it once I read those 2 or 3 volumes. I might even read them online just so I can make a video on it in the future, because you know, it's quite hard to make videos when you're doing it pretty constantly, and I've been doing it for a while, so I'm trying to get as many ideas as possible, and this will probably be in a future video. But yeah, that's Record Ragnarok Volume 1. On to the next volume I picked up in the month of January. Next up is a series I really enjoy, and I've read the first 4 volumes and I love, and that's Undead Unluck Volume 5. I cannot wait to read this volume. I loved where it left off in Volume 4. The end of Volume 4 was crazy. It was phenomenal, and I loved what they were doing. And I cannot wait to see how they are continuing it. And I hear only amazing, amazing things about the future of Undead Unluck at this point. For where the manga is at, I only hear great things. And now all I have to ask for Viz to print from Jump is please give me Mission Yozakura Family. And also take Witch Watch off digital, man. Like, you'll give us Undead Unluck, which is amazing, but give me Mission Yozakura Family and Witch Watch physically, please, please, please. And I'm sorry, I had to say it, but Undead Unluck, phenomenal. Love the first 4 volumes. Have yet to read this one. I'll probably read this in the next couple days, as I'm having way more time now that I'm in class, and I'm just going to say this right now, I'm probably going to be reading this soon. So hopefully I enjoy this volume, and hopefully it goes into a way that I'll enjoy, instead of messing up the arc that I've been loving so much. Next up is a release I completely forgot was coming out this month, and that is Seraph of the End, Volume 23. This comes out February 1st. I did get a couple of these volumes early, such as Black Clover 28 and this, and something else coming up later on, I believe I also got early. I could be wrong, but this has been such a mixed ride from where I'm at. This cover is phenomenal. The recent covers of Seraph of the End have just been amazing. They've just been amazing. And also, I've skimmed through this, and it's looking like this is a Shinoa volume, and if you don't know, Shinoa is my favorite character in Seraph of the End. I love Shinoa, and I cannot wait to see what they do with Shinoa in this volume, so hopefully they do something good. Hopefully it's good, and they don't mess it up, because Seraph of the End has a tendency of being really, 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 really good, but near the end of that really goodness is just such utter dog crap that is so bad that you just want to throw the volume at a wall. And that's just Seraph of the End in a nutshell. So if you've ever read Seraph of the End, you would definitely know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's what I have to say. Seraph of the End is really good, but also very bad, and that's why it's a solid 7 or 6 out of 10 for me. I think this is definitely going to help it if it's good and they don't mess up Shinoa for me, because they did something like this with Yoichi, and it really made me like Seraph of the End more, because I like Yoichi now, and he's not just annoying. But yeah, hopefully they don't mess this one up. Next up is something I still have to read, and that is going to be Frieren Volume 2. Read Volume 1, and I thought it was a little bit overhyped. I was really hyped up for it, so I definitely will say hopefully this continues to be good, and it actually helps it continue on, because I felt like the main problem I had with Volume 1 was the time skips were just so many of them. I think there was at least 5 in Volume 1, and that really annoyed me, so hopefully there's not as many time skips in this volume, but if there is, hopefully they're done well, because I will say, one thing that I did gripe about, but I also will say that there was a lot of time skips, but they were handled pretty well. So I'm not going to say that they were bad, but they were kind of annoying and kind of made some things confusing. But I hope that they stop doing so many time skips and they just continue. And because I love Frieren so far, if they don't have those time skips, I would say it's really good, but those time skips are really annoying, man. I just don't like shonen time skips usually. Like Fairy Tail, hate them. These are very different, because it's not like, oh, time skip, now they're way stronger. It's more like, oh, time skip, and now they're doing something else. But I don't know, it's just not my kind of cup of tea with those time skips. That's just me, but yeah, I didn't like it, but hopefully this volume changes my mind on that. Now, the last Viz thing I picked up in the month of January, yes, I know I picked up a lot of Viz this month. It's actually the most I've picked up, just like usual. I usually pick up the most Viz things each month, but that's going to be Fly Me to the Moon Volume 9. Now, I was hoping to get Call the Night Volume 6 before February 8th, but I couldn't. And I was also hoping to get a 7 Seas title before February 8th, but I couldn't. But this, I'm really excited to get to, because I've only read up to Volume 7, because I was waiting for Volume 9, because this cover is super cool, and I really like the continuing cover to spine to back. Really like it. Looks really nice to me, and I was just gonna call it a night. Fly Me to the Moon, Tonikawa, amazing. Highly suggest this manga. I actually am surprised it's already at 9 volumes. It's been going by so fast. I feel like the volumes have been just coming out like basically bi-monthly at this point. They've been coming out super quick, and I'm really happy they are because I really love the content in them. I really just like the series as a whole. It's a really good rom-com, and I really do very much enjoy it. So yeah, highly suggest Fly Me to the Moon, and on to the next publisher. And the next publisher is going to be 7 Seas. Now, I only got 2 things from 7 Seas, but I did get one series that is currently 3 volumes long, and that is Time Stop Hero. I'm going to talk way more about this series in my reading log, because I did read this, and I will say, it's one of those series that's serious enough to stay for the plot, but edgy enough to stay for the plot, if you know what I mean. It is actually really good. I think on the Annie list, I rated this like an 8.7. I know that's pretty high, but it is very funny. I really like the main character. I definitely would suggest this for those people looking for a nice shonen isekai that doesn't really follow the isekai tropes all too much, but is very ecchi at the same time, because it is just like pretty normal guy can stop time in an isekai. Yes, he's overpowered because he can stop time, but of course literal years go by in stop time because he's doing things that would take people literal years. But I will say it's pretty good. I really highly suggest it, and I'll talk way more about this in my video later this week on my reading vlog. But yeah, I really like it. The spine's really nice. I like how they change color, and yeah, that's all I say about Time Stop Hero, and I'll talk about that later. Now, the next one I got was another one I picked up today, and I was actually waiting for this one, and that's Succubus and Hitman. Now, if you can't tell, the Succubus and Hitman lettering, just like a lot of the first volume, 7 Seas, is actually popping out of the volume. Hopefully, they actually show it from the inside. Kinda. You can kinda see it from the inside. Yeah, it's like popping out of the volume, and I really like that, and I like how it's a little less glossy than the actual volume. I think that's really cool. I really like the wording on this, and I cannot wait to read this. I picked this up today, same with Astra. This was in my Astra haul today, and the spine is also pretty interesting. I really like the numbering on it. I cannot wait to get this more because I hear decent things about it, and I don't really hear much about it, but things I do hear is pretty decent. It sounds pretty interesting, like a pretty interesting revenge story. Cannot wait to get into this, as I just got it today, and the art looks really good, so hopefully I enjoy it. But I don't know, some 7 Seas titles I buy and I just really don't like, and I just keep them on my shelves because the spines look cool. I'll be very honest about that. This might become one of those, but hopefully it's not, and I actually like the contents of it. So that's it for 7 Seas, and on to the next publisher. Now, the next publisher is actually going to be Kodansha, and that is going to be Shikamori is Not Just Cutie Volume 1. Now, I have a lot of gripes with this. First thing, I don't think that this should have been very episodic like it was, and repetitive. I think a lot of people, yes, would like this, but for me, as someone that doesn't really like very repetitive episodic things, I will probably not like this, and going forward, I might not even collect it, because it just felt like the same thing over and over again. Yes, there were chapters I really enjoyed, like the one where Shikamori goes to the main character's house. I loved that chapter. I thought it was super wholesome, and it was really fun. But then you go to a random ski trip, and I didn't like that. And I really did not like how in the beginning of every chapter it said, oh, my girlfriend is such a cutie, and at the end it said, oh, my girlfriend is not such a cutie, or whatever. It just was not my thing. I feel like the art was fantastic. The art was amazing, immaculate. I don't know what else I could say about it. It's just crazy good art. I really do love it. But, like, look at this double page spread, bro. Like, look at this stuff. It's just really good art. But the contents of within the art are not that great. If it does become less episodic, please leave that in the comments below if it does, because if it does, then I'll easily pick up more, because I think this art is phenomenal, and I'll want to see this less episodic, because when it wasn't, it was really good. But of course, the chapters are really short, so I can see how the episodic would help it. Being episodic would help it, I should say, and how it would be really hard to keep it very story focused with 7 to 15 page chapters. It would be very difficult, but I feel like that would fit the story way more than just some random episodic stuff. Next up is something that a lot of you are probably getting this month. That's going to be the Quintessential Quintuplets box set. I really like the look of this. I hope that all the sides actually connect, because of course the top probably will, because it has half the word Quintessential Quintuplets. But I feel like all these should connect, because they leave a little bit of the one of the quints kind of cut off. Mostly this one. This one leaves literally half a quint, and I think that's Miku. I don't really know the names. And then I think this one leaves off Yotsuba for like half of Yotsuba, so probably it's gonna be connected on each side. But hopefully it does. My volume 5 is a little scuffed. Hopefully I can just show you guys. Yeah, the good thing about Kodansha, box sets are they're actually easy to take out the volumes. But This volume is very scuffed. If you can't see that, as a huge ripple throughout the whole spine. Really don't like that, so I'm probably gonna have to find a way to fix that, but yeah, I'm really excited to get into Quince. My only gripe with it right now is that I had to wait till August for the second box set, even though the first, like, the whole series is done. Like, all 14 volumes have been out in English for months now, and I have to wait till August to get the second half of the series through box sets. I think that's very stupid. Just like Seven Deadly Sins, I feel like they started the box sets way too late. Yes, we're getting box sets like every other month, but there's 41 volumes. Like, there's a lot of volumes, and they're doing 7 to 6 volumes per box set. It's gonna be a lot. Like, they did with Fairy Tail too. It's a lot for they start too late for a huge series on these box sets, and then people are not even interested anymore by the time they finish the box sets. AOT is different because they started a while ago before it finished. But Seven Deadly Sins, they've been just starting it now when the series just finished in English print. And they're even starting the spin-off, the continuation of Seven Deadly Sins, at the same time that they're starting the box sets. Like, they literally have Four Nights of the Apocalypse out before the first Seven Deadly Sins box set, which is annoying because you just know once there's enough volumes of Four Nights of the Apocalypse that Four Nights of the Apocalypse is also going to get a box set, because it's also a Seven Deadly Sins, like, enterprise thing. Like, it's in the Seven Deadly Sins world. It's gonna be big, and it is big in Japan, so it's going to be getting that box set. And I think that's so stupid that they're doing it so late. But that's just my gripe with Kodansha. They do a lot of things too late. Just like printing Blue Lock this late, I feel like it was a pretty big mistake. I feel like they should have printed it a little bit ago, so that when the anime comes out, there is quite a few volumes to actually sell, instead of just having volume 1 sell and then be sold out for months. Just like what they're doing with Tokyo Avengers, they literally didn't even print Tokyo Avengers. They're having 7 Seas get their money from them because they decided, oh, this series is ginormous in Japan, let's just not print it in English. It makes no sense, Kodansha. You are literally the new Dark Horse with how you hate your money. But that's all I'd say. It's my gripes with Kodansha. Just like everyone has their gripes with Kodansha, because Kodansha are Kodansha, but yeah, that's all I'd say for that. And that's also it for my Kodansha volumes. Next up is going to be Yen Press, and first of all, I got that maid I secretly hired recently is Mysterious, and the maid I hired recently is Mysterious. This is volume 2. I did not read volume 1 fully, but I know that I will like it, plus whenever she's in here, her eyes are purple, so it's cool, it's nice, wholesome. I really like the volumes, the part of the volumes I did read, and I really like the maid, so hopefully I like this. I like how the spine is now blue for the coloring instead of purple, and I like how the background of the spine, like this part, is a little bit lighter, and hopefully it keeps getting a little bit lighter each one, because I feel like that would just look nice. But I really like the look of this volume, and I really liked what I did read, and the art's really wholesome, and I really liked it, so hopefully I really like this as well. Next up is series I was pretty 50-50 on when I read. That's Sex Ed 120% Volume 2. I was really 50-50 on Volume 1. I thought I liked it at some points, but I also didn't really like it at many other points. Hopefully this changes my opinion on it, but I also do like how it's one of these releases from Yen Press, how it's really thin. Only thing I don't like about these releases is how they're more expensive than Viz volumes for some reason. These are $13 each instead of $10 US, which I think is so stupid. But of course I can see that for this because they actually have the color volume, they have to put color in the pages. But for something like this, I don't see why it's needed to make it that much more expensive for something that you'll read in half the time, because it's not even that much of a read. Yes, there's a lot of words, but I feel like this would be pretty fast to read, and I don't know why they do it, but yeah, Sex Ed 120%, I'm going to give it till volume 3 till I see if I want to drop this and sell it or just keep it, because I don't know, I feel like I could really enjoy the series, but I also could really hate it, and I feel like that's one of the series that this could become, because I did really enjoy half volume 1, I didn't like some of the other parts of it, which I would say is like, it was really hit or miss for me, so hopefully I just like fully like volume 2, because if I do, then I'll just pick up the rest. Now, I know what you guys are going to be saying.
Well, this Yen on the Yen Press, Mimi.
It's the same thing, okay? Next up is a light novel I got from Yen Press. The next thing I also got from Yen Press is also a light novel that just came out. This I've already read and I loved. That Girl I Saved That Day on the Train. Wait. The Girl I Saved on the Train That Day turned out to be my childhood best friend. My childhood friend. Same thing. It's such a long title. I'm bad. But basically, if you can't tell, or it's done by the guy who does Tomazaki, but of course it's a light novel, so you know, words. But phenomenal light novel. I hope this gets an anime, but of course I think there's only 2 light novels out in Japan, so there's probably not going to be an anime for a while. And volume 2, this comes out in April for English readers. But volume 1 was super fun to read. I really like the main character, Ryu, and I really do like Fushimi as a kind of like secondary character. I really like how there's a little bit of drama, but also just a lot of just nice, wholesome rom-com action. I really do like how the main character is super, super smart, but one of the densest bricks in the world. Like, it is so funny, and I think it's another funny part is Fushimi literally points it out. She's like, I don't know if you're too sharp or if you're just dense as a brick, and I love that. I think it's hilarious. So definitely highly suggest this if you have yet to read any light novels and you're into rom-coms. Definitely suggest this one because this is a perfect light novel to start for rom-coms. I think it's an amazing one. Definitely not my favorite, but definitely one that could become one of my favorites if it continues being this good. And the last thing that I got from Yen Press is actually an anime that started recently, and I loved it, so I want to pick up the novel because it just came out. That is Rust Eater Bisco, or Sabiki Bisco. This is a pretty thick volume, I would say, but I would also like to show you this, which is a super crazy double-page spread in a light novel, which I did not expect. It's just crazy, such amazing art, and I just hear only good things about this light novel from light novel readers. They just say it's amazing, so hopefully I enjoy it, and hopefully I actually understand it, because after watching the first 2 episodes of the anime, it's crazy, like JoJo's Bizarre level, like crazy. And I will say, I don't know how that's going to translate into a novel, but if it's done right, I can see how people enjoy it so much, because I really love the cast so far. It's really interesting, the world's really cool, and definitely very unique, so definitely would check this out if I were you. The anime, at least, the animation is so crisp, and the opening by Juna is great. I love it, but of course, not everyone's going to love it. Also, the ending is pretty banging, but definitely love Bisco. Cannot wait for more of the anime, and hopefully I enjoyed this light novel. Now, on to Vertical, which I only got 2 volumes of the same series. This is the second to last publisher before I'm done with this video, and that's going to be School Frozen in Time Volume 3 and 4. I said I was going to pick the rest of it up when it finished, because I have Volume 1 and 2, and there's only 4 volumes, and of course, now that it finished, I had to pick it up. I'm very excited to read this. I really like the first volume. I did not read the second one because I was waiting for it to finish. This one's actually quite a thick boy when it comes to the rest of the volumes. I don't know if you can tell, but in the camera it's really hard to notice, but it is pretty thick when you're holding it like this. It is very different, like you can tell. Plus, actually never mind, that's just me being stupid. But very much love Volume 1, so I cannot wait to see where the series goes. It's only 4 volumes, so hopefully it doesn't drop the ball and get a rushed ending. But I would not be surprised if this was a series that got canceled and was rushed because of that. Because if you don't know, this is actually the series that the Your Lie in April creators made, I think, before Your Lie in April. And on the first volume, the main character just looks like a Rima Kosei. Like, look at that. That's just a Rima Kosei. Like, it just straight up is. And of course, these two don't look like anyone from. Actually, this guy looks like the best friend from Your Lie in April, but this one doesn't look like anyone. But yeah, as you can probably tell, it does look like Your Lie in April a little bit, though. But yeah. Really like the Volume 1, cannot wait for more, and yeah, that's all I have to say about this one. Next up is the final volume of this haul. It's been by Udon Entertainment, and that's going to be Steins Gate Zero, the Barnes & Noble exclusive, Volume 3. This is, I think, the final volume of Steins Gate Zero. I'm really excited so I can finally read Steins Gate and Steins Gate Zero completely, and just finally get to see what's the hype about Steins Gate Zero. So you know, I love Steins Gate. I love it all my heart. One of my favorite animes. I haven't never watched Steins Gate Zero. I don't know why, but I never have. But I hear good things. I don't hear it's better than Steins Gate, but I hear it's almost as good as Steins Gate, and it's pretty damn good if it's almost as good as Steins Gate, because Steins Gate, in my eyes, is a 10 out of 10. So I'm going to say this will probably be like a 9.5 out of 10 if that is true, and I cannot wait to read and watch this, because after I read this, I said I was going to watch it, and I hear amazing things, so of course I'm going to want to watch it. So yeah, really excited to have this. I know this just came out more recently. I think this literally came out this month, and I was actually super surprised with how fast Udon made these 3 volumes. These 3 volumes came out like probably 5 months apart from each other, all in like a 5-month span. I mean, like, it was pretty fast for these, so I'm really hyped to have all of it, and yeah, I love it. But that's it for this manga haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I got quite a few volumes this month, so if you would like to, I would very much appreciate it to go down there and hit that like and subscribe button. If you don't worry about it, but yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!